And I'm now going to hand you over to the very capable hands of Brad Costanzo. Will it be Brad Costanzo? Will it be artificial intelligence up here speaking? Who knows? But we're going to let him take over. Thank you, Brad.
Who remembers me from maybe a year and a half ago? Has anybody seen this before? All right, good, I'm back. Thanks for having me back, Ronan. Today, well, first of all, I asked Ronan, what do you want me to talk about with AI? He's like, just impress him. My goal is to entertain you as well as educate you, and we're going to talk about the path of progress, this global path of progress that as RITA members, which I am one, we typically like to pursue for looking for opportunities. It just so happens that this path of progress, which is artificial intelligence, is not one we have to pursue. It's one that is just laid in front of us and we cannot avoid. So today I want to have a little bit of fun. As I said, I want to educate you, I want to inspire you. It is a very disruptive technology, but it is very exciting in what it can do. And if you are retired and you're not using this for work a lot, maybe it'll just inspire you to do something creative or pursue something you didn't have the resources to do before. If you are working, if you have a business, if you're in a profession, and you're either dabbling or not using this at all, maybe in this presentation you'll see a few things that will inspire you to really embrace it. So we're entering what we call a K-shaped economy, where I fully believe that about 20% of the job skills will become 10 times more productive by using AI. At the same time, 80% of job skills will be replaced by AI. Now notice I didn't say jobs, I said job skills, and there's a big difference. So most people think of their job as a thing, but really your job is a bundle of tasks. And by the way, I see some of you guys taking photos, so definitely pull out your camera because there will be a few things you can take. I'll also give everybody the slides and a few extra resources here in a second. But a job is a bundle of tasks. For example, a sales rep, they may be prospecting potential customers, drafting emails, tracking response rates, scheduling calls, doing the calls, writing notes, follow-up emails, and more. How many of these things right now can be replaced by AI? I'm here to tell you about 80% of them can immediately, and all of them probably will be. What it cannot do, however, is recreate the human person-to-person experience, but it can help you automate and accelerate the speed at which you do everything else. Now, the reality is AI is easy to learn. It unleashes your creativity. You can solve bigger problems, and it democratizes opportunity. It removes the barriers to create and communicate in ways that used to only be available to bigger companies. The last thing is it's not optional. We don't get a choice. It's here, it's not going away. And for those of you who don't know who I am, I was going to go into a little introduction, but I get a little shy, so I asked my virtual avatar up here to introduce me.
Okay, look, Brad doesn't like bragging about himself, but I'm his AI-generated avatar, and I'm not embarrassed, so I'm going to introduce him. Brad's an entrepreneur, investor, and consultant who's been helping businesses grow and innovate for over 20 years. He's the founder of Accelerated Intelligence, where he shows companies how to use AI to unlock creativity, productivity, and profit. Oh, and by the way, he's also one of you, a proud RITA member with 2 properties in Portugal. Okay, back to you, Brad. Oh, hey, Brad, in case you get nervous up here, just picture everyone in the audience naked. I mean, I'm doing that right now.
That guy. All right, I've got about 19, maybe 18 more minutes to demonstrate some of the most disruptive and cool technology. You can get these slides and some other free resources. Just pull out your phone. You'll see this again, but either scan this or just visit this. So just in case we don't get through everything, I'm going to speed on. Okay, there are 3 big challenges of AI, and one is ignoring it. If you ignore it, you get run over. Or maybe you're using it and you're overwhelmed. I call it toolphoria, too many tools, too little time. And also separating the signal from the noise. What can I actually use to make a difference in my life or in my business? Well, here's one little tip to get really good at AI. I call it the MAC method, and it's very simple. It is your mentor, your assistant, and your critic. AI can teach you how to use it if you do not know, and I'll give you an example here in a second. But tell me how you would approach this problem or outcome. Tell me how to talk to you. So teach me what to do, and then do it, And then the last piece, and this is what helps you get really good outputs from AI, is when it does the thing you want, to say, now critique this and tell me how you could make this even better. And it'll keep on doing it. It'll say, well, here's what I would do on the next side. This is a very simple method, but if you don't know what to do, you don't need to, just ask it. For example, ChatGPT, you can use this prompt. I am a blank, job title, Director of Human Resources. Give me 10 prompts I can use to be more productive and creative at my job. And it will do that. It will give you the prompts to use with it to say, oh, that's a great idea, maybe I can use this. But it's important to understand that AI really only does 5 things. I call this the 5-bucket framework. It helps you think, create, communicate, analyze, and automate. Every single thing that AI does falls into one of these buckets. And the way you use this is you start to think, what tasks am I doing that I can use AI to help me accelerate? For example, thinking bucket helps you brainstorm, research, come up with strategies, ideas, and learning. You want to learn about a new topic that you've never gone to school for? Ask AI to teach you, create a curriculum, talk to it, have a conversation with it. It'll create a learning plan specifically for you. Social media content planning, a multi-channel marketing campaign, learning a new topic. The next bucket is the creating bucket. This is the most fun and the most examples I'm going to give you here. It can create text, images, audio, videos, and combinations of them. You can, in business, you can do content marketing, video editing, articles, sales copy, create entire podcasts, and more. You can even create an entire presentation in 2.5 minutes. Watch this. This is me on my computer on a program called Gamma.ai. I click Create. Let's describe what I want to create. So I typed in, pitch real estate investors on why Portugal makes an amazing investment per second in retirement homes, focus on the market lifestyle, and show how Rita makes living the second home a reality. Comes up with a quick little outline of 8 different cards, which I can edit, I can move around. I can say, on the call to action, contact Ronan at Rita. Okay. So now I go down, I choose a color. I can decide, do I want this to be brief, medium, or long? I click generate, and everything you're seeing is in real time as I did it on my computer. You can see in the lower left-hand corner the timer, and this is the slideshow that is being prepared using artificial intelligence. Has anybody ever created a PowerPoint slide before and had to present it? Would you rather chew glass than sit there and look at a blank slate? Okay, now this is interesting, right? But it doesn't look like Portugal to me. It doesn't look like where I bought in Portugal, down in Lagos. So I'm going to change this. I'm going to click edit the image, and I'm going to go down here, and instead of a building in Lisbon, I'm going to type Lagos. And I'm using AI to generate the image. This is not a real photo. But you're seeing in real time how I am creating this presentation. There we go. Looks a little bit more like Lagos, at least for the benefits of this presentation. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my name. I'm just showing you how editable this is. And that, let's go to the bottom here. Okay, next steps, like contact Ronan at Rita. That doesn't look anything like Ronan, so let's do a web search. I don't know if Ronan's in here. I'll pick a photo that hopefully he likes. There he is. All right, now I click present, and you've just seen an entire PowerPoint presentation that's pretty darn good if I don't. You like that? 2.5 minutes. Now, what if we wanted to do a promo for this? What you're about to see took me about 5 minutes using another program called Focal.
I can't believe we're stuck here, Tom. All these amazing places overseas, and we'll never afford them.
Wait, what's that link? Real estate trend alert?
Look at this, a pre-development beachfront condo in Costa Rica for half what we'd pay here. Remember when we thought this was impossible?
Best subscription I ever clicked on. though I think the daily ocean view helped convince you.
What went into that? I went to the program and I said, create a dialogue about a husband and wife talking about their dream of living overseas, but they couldn't until they discovered Real Estate Trend Alert. It gave me about 6 photos and then it animated them. It took me 5 minutes. The first time I ever used it, I discovered it probably on Tuesday. This is a real video of Ronan.
Here's the thing, we get this incredible RETA member-only pricing, which is way below market value. We get it plain.
But this is international living, and not everybody speaks English.
Voici le truc. Nous avons ces incroyables prix réservés aux membres qui sont bien en dessous de la valeur. 事情是这样的，我们获得了这种令人难以置信的会员转向零售价格远低于市场价值。
Anybody read Ronan's book? Big book of profitable real estate investing. Well, I went to a program called Notebook by Google. This is a free program. Over on the left-hand side, I uploaded the book. In the middle, it summarized it. I clicked a button on the right-hand side, and it created, Ronan, you missed half my good stuff about you. You just walked. So Ronan, I'm just showing, I just uploaded your book to Google's Notebook LM. In the middle, it created a summary. I clicked a button on the right-hand side, and this is the podcast it created about your book without any input from me.
Okay, so, I've been thinking about maybe getting into real estate investing.
Oh, nice.
It seems like everybody's doing it these days,
That's awesome.
So,
but hey, why not think a little bigger?
Okay.
Why not invest somewhere exotic?
Ooh, exotic.
A place that not only brings in some cash flow, but also could even be your own retirement habit.
No, okay.
Down the line.
I like where this is going.
Sipping margaritas on a beach you own.
All right, you've got my attention.
Uh-huh.
Are we talking like buying a vacation home and then renting it out?
Yeah.
That used to be like the ultimate sign, like you made it.
Right.
Like you have a second home overseas.
It's funny you say that because that's exactly what we're diving into today.
Okay.
International real estate investing.
Nice.
It used to be a pipe dream for most, but now it's more attainable than ever.
That's really exciting.
We'll be guided by Ronan McMahon's book, Big Book of Profitable Real Estate Investing.
Guys, I didn't prompt that. I didn't script it. I uploaded Ronan's button and I pushed a book. And Google, behind the scenes, for free, created about a 20-minute podcast about it. If you're in business and you need to create promotional videos, promotional audios, etc., think about how this can be used in your advertising. Now, moving on to the communication bucket. The third of the buckets. This is AI chatbots and voice agents, and these give you the ability to communicate with your audience like never before. For instance, appointment setting, lead generation, lead qualification, and more. Here's an example of a client called the Joint Chiropractic. This is a virtual receptionist when somebody calls in.
Thank you for calling the Joint in Stone Oak. This is Tessa. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to today?
Hey, Tessa, this is Will.
Nice to speak with you, Will. Would you like to come in for an appointment, or do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, I was just kind of wondering, like, what the pricing structure is, and kind of what's the whole process of getting in alignment. Because lately my back has been absolutely killing me, and I'm trying to see a chiropractor to, straighten that out.
I understand back pain can really be a hassle. Our pricing usually depends on the specific services you need, but a general adjustment typically starts around $50 per session. The process...
Now I'm going to pause right here because it goes on for about 2 minutes and I only have a few minutes left, but it will read the schedule, it will listen to when he wants to book the call, it'll book the calendar on the appointment, and it'll send the email or a text message to the client. This has revolutionized. I've got multiple clients who are chiropractors, and we've set things like this up. It revolutionized it for them because they no longer have to miss leads that come in. Now, the fourth bucket is the analysis bucket. So AI does an amazing job at analyzing quantitative and qualitatively, so data and text. I'll give you an example here. It can analyze website traffic and customer trends, finances, but it can also analyze things like sales scripts and copy and content critiques. So with sales scripts, one of the things I love to do with my clients who have sales teams is I'll take their top salespeople and I'll take the recordings or the transcripts of their calls, and lowest end salespeople. And we'll have AI analyze it, look for trends, look for what are the top performers doing that the bottom performers are not doing, and create adjustments to the low, almost like coaching to the lower performing salespeople based upon what the top ones are doing, and create even better processes. That's the qualitative analysis. On quantitative analysis, I've run all types of spreadsheets through this and looked for trends and data because I'm not a data scientist. Here's another example. I have a company managing my property over in Lagos. They sent me a new contract. They said, hey, we've got some new changes. Read the contract and check them out. And I'm thinking, you should have told me what you changed. So I'm going to have ChatGPT tell me what you changed. So I said, here are 2 documents. You can't see the other one. Your task is to review the English version on each of them, list out any substantial changes in the terms, rates, fees, and anything else. So it said, well, here you go. They increased your commission from 10 to 20%. They changed this. They introduced that. They did other things. And then I ran an analysis, a financial analysis that caught a few things that I didn't like. It allowed me to go back and negotiate with my property manager to make some changes. I didn't feel like reading through a contract and missing something. This is exactly where I did. I said, now run a scenario showing the comparison of increasing the rental management fee from 10 to 20% while waiving the $1,200 fee in the other scenario. Basically, I wanted to see what my net result would have been because they were changing some numbers around and I didn't know what it was. And I'm not smart enough to figure it out on Excel. Anybody trade stocks, options, anything like that in here? I do. I uploaded a chart of Bitcoin, and I said, you're a technical stock analyst. Notice the trading range of Bitcoin here. I think it'll range for a bit longer. Using option strategies, give me some strategies I might use to create some income over the short term using weekly options on Bitcoin's securities such as IBIT, where I can trade this range. Now, it came back with a bunch of strategies, but the summary it gave me was, well, if you want safe, steady income, use an iron condor. If you want maximum, do this, this, this. What would you like to do? So if you trade stocks or options, use this as a thinking partner. Here's what I'm thinking about doing. Is this a good idea? What am I missing? What else might I be able to do? A lot of different ways to use artificial intelligence. Lastly, the automation bucket. I also call this like agents. Many of you who are following AI may have heard the term agents. They are like little computer robots. If this happens, then do that, then do that, then do that. It can connect tools together, it can do repetitive tasks, and it can do multiple steps without human oversight. For instance, you can have it log into your computer, send emails, read articles for you, create newsletters out of it. And the sky is really the limit. This is where the future is going. It's called agentic. So if you've never heard of that, you will, because everything is moving to AI agents that remove all of the manual work from us. What I'm showing you is quite literally the tip of the iceberg. And once more, you can get these slides and more resources here. I've got something else to show you. I'm not done. But if you want to take a photo of that, I am also, this week, I do happen to be doing a workshop on next week on Thursday. If anybody wants to show up, you're totally free for you guys. But the way to use these buckets, sorry, you want me to go back? Here you go. It's just visit brad.com/Rita. Super easy, but I see some people taking a photo. So how do you use these 5 buckets? Remember, thinking, creating, communicating, analyzing, and automating. Well, it's simple. Just look at the time you spend in each one of these, whether it's personally or professionally, and then solve your own bottlenecks first. There's a lot of cool things you can do, but find your problem, see if AI can solve it, and if you don't know how, either ask AI or email me. Monitor the savings of the time and money, and then repeat this process over and over again, because you cannot afford to ignore artificial intelligence. You don't have to stop everything you're doing. You just have to learn what's possible first, and then learn what's profitable. Maybe you don't even profit off it. You just want to save a little bit of time. But then again, if time is money, well, you're profiting. Find the bottlenecks and automate them. Now, the last demo I want to show you is a fun little tool. Hopefully, Ronan, you in here for this? I just backed out. I wanted to show him this because I created a little theme song for a real estate trend alert. Now, I am not a musician, and I am not a songwriter. But I went to suno.com, and each one of you can do this. I do not even have a paid account for this. And I typed in, create a song about real estate trend alert, talking about how this, the idea of buying in real estate overseas used to be reserved for the rich and famous, and now it's available to everybody, thanks to Ronan and Real Estate Trend Alert. That was my prompt. That's all I said. And this is what it produced.
Baby, now we can afford this place by the sea. No more dreaming, let's buy where the rich used to be. Oh, the game has changed and the doors open wide. A house in paradise, now it's our time to buy. And when they ask me how I pulled off this dream, I'll tell them Ronan's list showed me the scheme. Real estate trend alert, that's how I scored this gold. Now I'm sipping my coffee with my toes in the cold. Gone are the days when the rich had control. Now paradise living is part of my soul. We got land in Uruguay, less than 50 grand. Portugal's calling, I just changed up the plan. Panama sunny, so we're packing our bags. Living for freedom, not chasing price tags. Rolling showed the way, now we're living the dream. Secret deals off market, straight to my screen. No bidding wars, no lines in sight. Just first class tips on a first class line. When they ask me how I pulled off this dream, I'll tell them Ronan's list showed me the scheme. Real estate trend alert, that's how I scored this gold. Now I'm sipping my coffee with my toes in the coast. Gone are the days when the rich had control. Now paradise living is part of my soul.
Almost done. I've always wanted an ovation like that after my musical performance, but I wish I could take credit for it. Once more, if you go to visitbrad.com/Rita, you'll get these slides, you'll get multiple other resources just to start to embrace this stuff. And if you haven't started to play with it, play with it. If you've got questions, my contact information is on there. Just hit me up. Thanks again, Ronan, for having me up here.